Welcome back, everybody. It's KPR Network, Knowledge, Power, Respect. And that's what we're all about here. I'm your host, Ro Hayes, and I got my two kings with me. What's going on, y'all?
Hey,
let them know who you are.
Doing well. Purge 55 all the way live.
That's right. What's happening? I almost did like walk the other day. It's your man Bake, you know what I'm saying? AKA Bake Nasty, you know what I'm saying? Also known as your mama's favorite stepdaddy. You dig? What's happening,
dig. We can dig it, Bake. We can dig it over here. Yeah, so let's get right into it. Well, first, y'all had a good week.
Yes.
Yeah.
Actually, I didn't have a good week, bro. I was slipping last week, man. I got to get back on my grind. I got to put the cannabis down. You know what I'm saying? Because I got to get back right.
Well, you know what? It's a new month. It's happy October to y'all. Happy October to everybody. It's a new month, and it's the last quarter of 2022. So that's big.
To start anew. I can start a new road. I don't have to dwell in the past.
Nope. Yeah. Every day we give it a new day. We can turn that ship around, right?
That's right. Then I showed Pudge my grades, and he was like, "Oh man, you knocked it off."
All right, y'all. So yeah, you know what? We want to go into the show today first, acknowledging a fallen soldier in the rap game, a legend in the rap game, Coolio. Rest in peace to him. And we want to send condolences out to his family and everybody who loved him, everybody who loved his music. That's a hard one, y'all.
Definitely a hard one.
Especially when hearing about his age. He was still young. 59 is young,
59.
Yeah, 59.
Yeah. It hit me hard because again, 59. I'm 49. That's 10. That's only 10 years away. And it's like it was like, but he was an icon to us. Everybody. Gangsta's Paradise is the one song that has swept across every race.
Yes.
When he died, I heard posting from Arabs, white people, Latinos. I'm talking about old people, young. They love Gangsta's Paradise.
Yeah.
And it's like that song really hit everybody between the eyes. And I'm glad he got a chance to make that mark. That blessing on us, because that's a part of uniting us. That was a part of uniting us, and I salute you, brother.
That's
rest
right.
In peace, rest in power.
Yeah, man, rest in power. Again, an icon in my eyes, and he was different than like a regular rapper to me, because he was more like a pop star. Like Pudge mentioned, that song "Gangsta Paradise." I don't know how many records it sold, but I'm sure it was like on that Michael Jackson type level. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, it was up. It was up there for sure.
Yeah, it was up there where he can go anywhere in the world and always do shows and be good. It's Coolio. So and he kept his hairstyle. Everybody knew when he was at.
Yeah.
And,
even though he lost it, he still had them two little.
Even though he lost it, he still had them two. It was extensions and something. I don't know, but we love Coolio. You know what I'm saying? And it is just sad that, like, say, we keep dying at such an early rate. And I heard the little few conspiracy theories. They try to say about how he had the conversation. I don't necessarily think that we need to go into that, because let the man rest in peace. You know what I'm saying? I think his works is more what we need to concentrate on. You know what I'm saying?
He was definitely original, right? He said it. He was set apart from all the other rap artists out there.
Yeah.
He was in his own lane, and I respect him for that. I didn't always listen to his music, but I could definitely respect the fact that he was in his own lane. He's not like anybody, and nobody is like Coolio.
He was original.
Yeah, I like that.
And I don't remember really hearing no bad stuff really on Coolio. You know what I mean? Like,
no.
And it seemed like I didn't know the man, but it seemed like everybody that mentioned him, it was nothing but good stuff, you know.
Yeah.
So, you know, yeah, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
That they have to go so young.
Yeah. Yeah. So next week, when we start talking about health, we got a health segment coming up, y'all, next week, you know, because
right.
and my concern is always anyway for Black men, because y'all don't be going to the doctor. Y'all don't be getting y'all checkups like y'all should. And, you know, even though these doctors today, that's a whole nother story too, but they've got other, you know, they have holistic doctors out there. I just want to see my brothers go get them checkups. Go see an iridologist who could tell you about your whole health, everything from your eyes. You know what I'm saying? It's if you're not into this Western medicine, you know, because sometimes even that's killing us. You know what I'm saying? But that's a whole nother thing. That's a whole nother topic. I could go off on into that, and that ain't what we talking about today.
Yeah.
So, you know, rest in power though to Coolio. Did you guys have anything else y'all wanted to say? Something was jumping off with academic, right? What did he say something about Coolio, or what's going on?
He better not say nothing about Coolio. If so, we're gonna run up in his little office and get
but he did kind of say, I mean, he didn't say something directed towards Coolio, but to the culture of his age group in hip hop.
But let's be fair, he said it before Coolio died, so let's not get that.
He said it before Coolio died, so it was
what was it? What was it? Y'all put me up on game because I don't know. What was it?
But go ahead, babe. You tell him.
He said these dusty rappers, you know, these old dusty rappers, you know, if they ain't got no money, you know what I'm saying, the hell with them, you know what I mean? And the point of it,
hip hop. If you broke
in hip hop, like, what are you doing, you know? And so, you know, I take offense because I've been hip hop all my life. Like, we was at McKinley, had the first dance ever at McKinley, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Pudge had to remind us, you know, we were break dancing on the pier. You know, we've been rapping forever. So money, you know, and I'm glad LL Cool J came in and made the statement that he did, because LL said, you know, you can't equate people's contribution to hip hop based on money.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
Because, you know, but here's a guy, academics, where he's not hip hop. I don't even, he doesn't, he commentates on certain hip-hop things in hip hop, but he's I don't know if he's ever lived a life of hip hop. You follow what I'm getting at?
That's why I say he hasn't, because if you see how passionate Bake is talking about it, how passionate I am about it, you wouldn't say those things that, oh, you guys are dusty because you broke, and or you know, you didn't contribute to hip hop, you didn't do anything. So that's why I say, you know, okay, academics, now that Coolio's dead, would you say, what do you does that still apply? Because Coolio wasn't a super rich guy, but look at the contributions that he made to hip hop. You know,
right.
You know, he united people. He united a whole bunch of people that wouldn't otherwise be, you know, off of one or two songs. You know, he had two songs that really united people.
I would like to see people just stop counting people's pockets altogether, because what does that have to do with anything? You know, I could name so many rap artists right now, a lot who were underground, you know, that they didn't blow up, they didn't become mainstream. You know what I'm saying? They didn't get the most radio play, and yet you a real hip hop head, you know who they are.
Yeah.
And you know about their contribution. Some of those underground rappers, you know, you got the ones that did make it, they was biting off the underground rappers.
Come on.
You know what I'm saying? And yeah, they blew up and they got their money or whatever, but you know,
and sometimes it was all about who the label wanted to put out. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. It was all about a look. It was all about, you know, come on.
So
Tekashi 6ix9ine made some money, but what you gonna say? Yeah, he contributed to rap.
To rap.
To rap.
Yeah, to rapping. You know what I mean? It's just crazy. Like, but I think from the start, I think when we talk about hip hop, we're talking about a culture. When these people are talking about the idea or the practice of,
and that's the difference.
And that's the difference. We're talking about a culture, a way of life. This is who we are as a people. If we took all these people who were hip hop loving, driven by the music, driven by the culture, by the fashion, you know what I'm saying, by the art, if you took those people and you put them in having their own political party, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Academics wouldn't be in it because
he ain't nowhere near it. Nowhere.
His ethics, his morals, and all those things wouldn't align with that body politic. You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
So that's how I say I know he's not hip hop. Not when you're gonna disrespect the elders like that.
And just like yesterday, to tag along on, shout out to DJ Chrislam yesterday. We did an interview with her, and she even said her academic story. She gave an academic story.
She did.
She was talking about how she DJ'd one of the Versus episodes.
Oh, okay.
So she said that DJ Academics actually walked past her like she wasn't nothing. So kind of like denouncing her as a female, as a female one, she felt like she was, cut down because she was a female. And then once Academic saw all Jermaine Dupri and all the other big guys come around and giving her a hug,
showing her love,
showing love to her, they were like, "Oh, who's he? Who's she?" And they're like, "That's charisma, dog." So that tells you that right there. You ain't even that hip hop to know one of the best DJs, female DJs of our time. Come on,
you
bro.
can talk about the old heads. Come on. First of all, we gotta always remember to give credit where credit is due and pay homage to the ones who came and paved the way for all these new artists that are out here right now.
This is true.
So I'm glad that LL came back and came through and said what he said.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did. And so did Russell Simmons. I thought Russell Simmons said some good things too, about just because, again, I think these people like Academics who sit in their house, they're on their keyboards. You asked the question, Ro. You say, was he a DJ? Notice we've been calling him Academics. Mm-hmm. We don't put the DJ on it because that's one another things. They say he can't DJ.
Is that right?
Didn't you say they let him DJ and he was whack or something like that? But
oh, that's right. She said that they're like, you know what? All right, you're a DJ, you do the set, and he ruined the set. He ruined the person who was performing, ruined their set.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so he ain't even a DJ.
Now, does he make beats? I'm familiar with his name, and see, this is.
He don't got no beats.
I love hip hop. I love it. Let me tell y'all a little story real quick, because Bake, I don't know if you remember this. We had a class together in high school, and I was trying to come up with a rap name, and you gave me this name, Luscious D. I don't know what the D was for. But you gave me this name, Luscious D. Okay. And you wrote the first lyric, Luscious D, and that's the essential. You want to be like me? There's no potential. You gave me that.
That's right. Hey,
you gave me that.
That's crazy. My hip hop roots come from Trenton's brother. Well, the writing part, because Travis. Because Travis was rapping, Cocky T. He was doing songs with Ice Cube and all them. Yeah. But so Trenton, he would steal the rhyme, his rhyme book, and bring it to school, and we copy it. You know what I'm saying? Right? Yeah. In seventh grade.
Yeah. That's crazy. Yeah. So so I brought that up because
and your brother is hard. Her brother. But your brother is nice on the mic too.
Yes, bounce.
Yeah, bounce rock is hard too. Yeah,
yes.
And he got a crew, and some youngsters doing something right now. So that's what I'm saying. Absolutely. These people, academic, don't know nothing. You know what I mean?
You don't know nothing.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, y'all. So
oh, there was another thing that I wanted to mention, which is why I've had the African shirt on, because Ro, you had brought up a topic about the Chrislam. We found
yeah,
out.
I was just getting ready to go into that. I was having, I don't know, a Walt moment, I guess. I don't even know who Walt is, but I was sitting over here like yeah, having a moment.
That's it. We had a Walt moment. Yes.
So that's what we gonna call it, y'all. We had a little pause. Okay, so thank you for jumping in, babe, because I was like, okay, what am I going to next? Okay. Yeah. Represent that. Represent the African roots right there, babe. Thank you. So Chrislam. So I came across this article where it was talking about the new one world religion, Christianity and Islam, and they're calling it Chrislam. And I just thought it was kind of interesting because I know that, and really what's interesting to me is how I have not heard any Christians nor any Muslims, and I'm talking about devout, because to me, the most devout of both religions, to me, that would seem like a no-no. You know, for Christianity, it's all Jesus, you know, and Jesus is the way, the truth, and the life. And for Islam, Jesus was just a prophet. They don't believe in the virgin birth, and it's Allah for them, and then there's Yahweh for Christians, and you know, it's a whole lot going on right there, y'all. So I'm really, I don't know. What do you think the purpose is?
Well, I mean, you know me, I'm always gonna go the conspiracy theory route, you know, and to me, it's just control, another way of control, because they're trying to do, you know, the one world currency, you know, they're trying to do one world this, one world that. So this falls to me. Number one, they're going to you gotta strategically, you got to get the religion first, because that's what's colonized us from the get-go, is religion.
Yeah.
You know, so when you, like you said, Ro, you got, you know, Muslims believe it this way, Christians believe it this way, and they've been at war about it for thousands of years, and all of a sudden now y'all, hey, kumbaya.
Right.
So
well, that's what I go ahead. I'm sorry.
Well, I was gonna say I just smell a rat. I'm just saying, I smell a rat.
That's what made me wonder too. Is it to really try to bring peace? Is it to minimize the warring, the fighting, and everything between Muslims and Christians? Now I do know that in the Bible there is a passage of scripture that talks about, you know, be aware when they start talking about peace. You know, when they start talking about peace and try to bring everything, like you said, on some kumbaya stuff, because that's really the calm before the storm.
Yes. And that's where I'm on. That's what I'm on, is like, that's exactly the calm before the storm, because now they're talking about in Israel, they're saying, okay, now we want peace. We're gonna split the country in half. Palestine's gonna have theirs, and then we're gonna have ours, and we're gonna live in peace. But y'all been shooting missiles last week. Y'all was shooting missiles at each other.
Right.
So So, you know, it's Bloods and Crips, you know what I mean? And BDs and GDs, you know what I'm saying? Y'all right. You know, it's all, you guys are all hitting on the right points. I mean, you know, in Africa, we know that there was a Islamic slave trade. We know off of the east coast of Africa, what they call it, East Asia, you know, and then, you know, you had the transatlantic slave trade, which brought on Christianity. And in both, you know, like Pudge mentioned, you know, you had this colonization. The colonization of Islam has been rampant in Africa, and so has Christianity. And here in this article that I have found, they talk about how in Lagos, Nigeria, how they have merged into one, and they did this back in the 70s. You know, so this idea of Chrislam is not something new. But also, they also pointed out that that these true followers of Chrislam respect both Islam and Christianity, but which we can find Moses in the Islamic text. You know what I mean? I believe you may find some form of Emmanuel or Jesus or something like that in the Islamic text. So they're both, I would say, this two-headed monster, red, blue, or what have you. And it's a form of control, like you say, Ro. I mean, you know, hey, we can get together because, you know, you got a Judeo-European fascist over there when you're looking at Israel, you know. And so, you know, yeah, it's all about power and control, and, you know. But I would say this: if I'm a Christian, or if I'm Islam, I'm supposed to be about peace anyway, right? And so why would I make judgment? And when I saw that post, and I saw those commentators, they was going, "How could this be? Oh no!" You know, just like you say, because they gangbang.
Yeah, there it is, right there. There it is right there, gangbanging at its finest. And remember last week we were talking too about a lot of tribes, how we're a tribal people. And so, you know, it's all, that's saying gangbanging too, it's tribalism.
Yep.
Nothing is new under the sun.
Nothing.
We just put a new name on it, but it's nothing new under the sun.
Yeah.
You know.
So I didn't know, Bake, that, because like when you talked about the article about Nigeria, they, you know, and them having Chrislam there in the 70s, that notion in itself is like, wait a minute, okay, the Muslims conquered, were doing the slave trade on the east coast. You had the Christians on the west coast pulling from the west coast. The whole continent of Africa is owned by the British Empire.
Christians.
It's like, yeah, because they claim to be Christians, right? The British Empire. Yeah.
And they
the Spaniards that's over there, they under Catholicism. That's why you got the Pope, right?
That's
exactly.
Right.
All those other European countries, Italy, Europe, not Europe, Sweden, you know, Switzerland, you know, those countries, Christian, Russia, Christian.
Yep.
Right.
And so so the natural people don't have a choice. The indigenous people of the land don't have a choice in the matter at all. You got to be Muslim, Christian, Catholic.
Yeah.
Jewish.
Yeah. Or Jewish.
Yeah. So the whole slave trade and the conversion and how they converted people. And, you know, I'm glad you mentioned that, Bake, about the slave trade going east, because a lot of people don't talk about that. A lot of Muslims don't like to bring that up. Like, you know, people a lot of times just want to say, oh, Christians was the one converting everybody, or you had to die. No, the Muslims was on it too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The Arabians was over there. Yeah.
13 centuries. Yeah.
Yeah. You know, so it was a lot going on, and that didn't give anybody any choice, right?
No.
So now, because of people not being able to make a choice, well, actually the choice was you gonna convert to this or you gonna die.
Mm-hmm.
So people wanting to live, you know, and of course, you know, rest in peace to those who said, you ain't forcing me, I'm jumping in the middle passage, you know. But then you have those who stayed and then, you know, converted.
Those who stayed were strong. They were strong though. They were still strong to have to take all that abuse.
Take all of that, absolutely. Mm-hmm. And then you figure all of that's passed down. You know what I'm saying? It still amazes me though that we were given a book or told about somebody that they didn't even really want us to read about because we wasn't reading. They didn't want us to read. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I could go so deep into this thing because every time I think about this kind of stuff, you know, so many things start coming up for me. And just like, so, you know, and I mean, when you think about them not having a choice, how much has that influenced our choices today?
I'm about to say, look at what they're trying to do now. Come on, but tell them where they can find us at, Pudge.
You can find us at the KPR Network on YouTube. We're going to be setting up a second station on YouTube, so be up on that. You can also hit us up on Instagram. Our main page is _KPR Network.
All right, y'all. Yes, and any topics y'all want to hear us talk about too, or if you'd like to be a guest on the show, please also
Email
send
us,
us an email.
at bkpr@gmail.com.
Yes.
You hear that, Shanae? Yeah, we want Shanae back. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you know what? I didn't even connect with Shanae this morning, and my sister too. She, Kiana been trying to get on the show too.
Yeah, come on, Kiana, come on.
Yeah. So, but what were we saying? The how our choices are influenced today by people who really couldn't make a choice.
Right.
Mhm.
They were forced. And to me, a force is not a choice. That's not. It's not your choice. It's a live or die type situation.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? So a lot of things been passed down to us. You guys know where I stand. You guys know, yes, I am a believer in Christ. And yes, I've been a student of the Bible. And at the same time, I have become more aware of other religions. I've studied other religions enough. There was a time, I would talk to y'all about this before, that there was a time when I was real judgmental. So like this whole thing that's happening now with Chrislam, there's no way. I would have been like those people in the comments. Casting people into hell, a hell that I don't have the keys to. You know what I'm saying? Being like real extra judgmental towards people.
Yeah, and real quick, bro, not to cut you off, but those people say they feel like doing both, practicing both, gives them a better chance to get into heaven. Now, how could you hate on that?
Hey, listen, because of things that I've studied, reading even Taoism, reading things about the Buddhists, reading things about the Hindu, and of course, my Christian brothers and sisters will come for me on this. But I've read stuff, y'all, that little nuggets I could take and apply to my life. You understand me? Because it's about love. It's about love. And everything is really about that golden rule, doing unto others as you would have them to do unto you. Every religion pretty much practices that. They may say it different, but
it's number one.
It's the one thing.
That's the one thing.
It's the universal law.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So,
but it's the number one law that gets overlooked at the same time.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Because people will tell you, do unto others as you would have them to do unto you, but then not like that. They want to tell you how to do it.
Yep.
They want to tell you how to be, and so on and so forth. And it's just, I don't know, y'all.
But you're right, and it's like, because I always believe on that. I always believe that, you gotta live, you gotta walk with love. You gotta talk with love. You gotta think with love,
What if, because we really believe that God is within us, that we did away with all this other stuff in the first place? If God is in us and just letting that spirit lead everything we do. And if God is love, and love is God, that means that love is within us, and we just let ourselves be led by love.
Amen.
Wow, man! In a perfect world, that's what it is. But all around all these devils and snakes, I ain't got love for a lot of niggas. You know what I'm talking about? Nah. But I hear you though. No, I feel you though. But it's real. Like like being Puss say, we go into that room, show nothing but love. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't want to be the individual that would shake stuff up like I would before. They're not gonna say, "Oh man, bake throw that up," huh?
Here come bake stirring the pot, huh?
Yeah, stirring the pot. Or, oh man, I don't want to go there because he did something. Nah, I'm not that guy anymore. And like you said, I'd just rather lead with love and like to try to get the right things done in life. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to be all caught up in what the Bible say. God is not the author of confusion. So I think with straight talk, with straight walk, you can manage this life pretty well. But when you doing crooked stuff, and when I was doing crooked stuff and ducking and dodging people, and that ain't the way to be. Not for me, you know what I'm saying? Y'all can have the streets, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't want that, you know what I mean?
You know, there's ways I've been as well, you know, that if I had things to do over again, I would do it differently because I know different now and I know better now. And there was times when I did know better and I didn't do better because I was operating out of my ego. You know what I'm saying? But I'm learning. And I think that that's, as we come to a close, that's really key, you know, everybody learning how to let love, the spirit of love lead in everything that we do. It's all this type of division in the world today because it has not been led by that. Love has not been out in the forefront. You know what I'm saying? And people be doing things in the name of God, in the name of the Father, and Son, and Holy Spirit, and still be
don't have no love.
No love whatsoever. So it's like it's time for self-examination. You know, where are we at in our love walk? Where are you at in your love walk? You know, y'all got any closing statements?
Try to live with love this week.
You know, on our job, everywhere we go, and just be in that light.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Try
just
to be a light.
That light.
Try to be a light. Challenge yourself to be a light. Really challenge yourself to be a light.
Yeah. I feel like in a way, most people who are very religious, as I once was, and I was always talking about God, God, God all the time, but then really was living like a heathen. You know what I'm saying? And then it's like now I'm in a space where my talk is different because I feel like if you really about God, if you really got that spirit in you, you don't even have to talk about it all the time. Your life, your words, your character, everything you do will show it.
Mm-hmm.
And then people will ask you then at that point, wow, you something else, you know, and they'll want to get to know you. And then that's when you could say, you know, this is what I'm on or whatever, you know, but hey, what do I know, y'all?
Yeah, and on that note, thank y'all for watching KPR Network. You know what I'm saying? We love y'all. You know, catch us on all the channels. Peace, love to my sister Ro, my guy Pudge. We out.
We out.
We out, y'all.
Peace.